So, what can go wrong on social media? We spoke earlier that I believe the three biggest indication for social media is for education, engagement, and entertainment. It's a two-way street. I get educated, I get engaged, and I get entertained. At the same time, I do my best to educate, to engage, and to entertain those who follow me on social media. What are the things that can go wrong on social media? What are the complications of social media? Essentially, whenever there's a privacy breach or a legal ramification of social media. We've seen articles like this on newspaper over and over again. Facebook post leaves Prince Albert Saskatoon nurse charged with professional misconduct. Stung by Yelp reviews, health providers spill patient's secret. Dalhousie suspends 13 dentistry students from clinic amid Facebook scandal, and how doctors should respond to negative online reviews. These are just examples of hundreds of articles that's been written about the problems of social media, and this is what drives the fear in a lot of doctors and surgeons about getting onto social media. In essence, if you don't have a good intention on being social media, you'll get into trouble. And the two principles to abide by is essentially the principles of respect and the principles of confidentiality. Just do not tweet about your patients. Do not say anything at all about your patients. You can talk about cases or diseases or procedures in general, but when you start discussing specific patients, that becomes an issue with confidentiality. And just remember, with regards to confidentiality, you're not allowed to even disclose that you have treated any patient, or the location or the timing of the treatment. And with regards to respect, of course, I usually say if you're likable in real life, you're most likely going to be likable online. The issue of the principle of respecting your colleagues, respecting your patients, respecting your hospital and your hospital authorities. These two very basic principles will put you in good standing. Even when you feel that you need to be critical or you do want to be critical, when you start applying the lens of respect, you realize that there's a lot that can be learned even through a difficult circumstances or situations, and there's a way of being able to discuss that without being disrespectful or breaking any confidentiality. Very simple saying, if you don't have anything good to say in a crowded elevator, then don't say it. Love, like an online post, is eternal. You just remember that, abiding with to the principles of respect and confidentiality, it's very unlikely that you will get into trouble. Remember also that most medical colleges, surgical colleges, or societies right now have got a policy around social media, and these policies are designed to allow some freedom but also some limitations. The Canadian Medical Association, the American College of Surgeons, and these are the Royal Australasian College of Surgeons policies. And if you read carefully, right at the top of that policy, how to leverage social media. The College of Surgeons in Australia and New Zealand is essentially encouraging surgeons and fellows and members to actually be employing social media to leverage the things that we do. With our weekly emails and our monthly newsletters, there's always a section on social media surgery, how to utilize social media. There are little tips that's actually given in those articles about how to leverage social media to allow your practice and your activities be broadcast to society. And again, what we need to remember is that there's a lot of social media platform, and the use of social media really encompasses and includes the multiple different aspects of being a professional, being a surgeon, being a health advocate, being a communicator, being a collaborator, being a manager of practice and information, being a scholar and a health advocate. All these things can be exemplified by the good use of social media. We're going to talk next in a little bit more details, and it's probably going to be a little bit more useful and more practical for some of you. I'm going to go through some of the tips and techniques on specific use of social media platforms. See you then.